Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, Good Vibration Thailand. As some of you might know, I host and created a podcast. And the reason why I started that podcast was it was during the pandemic that I lost my businesses and I went through a depression. And so I had to make a choice. So I started reaching out to mentors and to TikTok of all things on how to overcome anxiety, depression, fear, and worry. And I landed on an algorithm of self-help, motivation, and just affirmation therapy. And at that time, I was like, how could you think positive and have positive things happen to you? And I said, I got nothing else to lose. So I decided to really put 100% effort into affirmations, meditation, and positive thinking. And as a result, it changed my life, guys. And so because of that, I wanted to share with others my experience and also for self-therapy for myself, some principles that I learned along the way. And I've always been into self-help. I've always read all the articles, all the books on how to act better, how to attract more wealth into your life through positivity. So I created that podcast. It became one of the fastest growing podcasts. And so I wanted to share an episode that I think is very helpful, not only for me in my daily practice here in Thailand, but also can help you guys. Or if you're going through tough times, there's a couple of practices and principles that you can employ that are very simple, that can help you overcome and stop the fear and anxiety of worrying about worst case scenarios, as I did. I mean, I've always thought, okay, what if this happens? What if this happens? And it consumed my life so much so, and I developed this concept that you're going to learn here about the two principles that I learned that I want to share with you guys. So I hope you like it. This has nothing to do with Thailand, but I know that could help in raising our vibration so we can live as happy and as healthy as can be, because that's what my channel is all about, is living as happy and healthy as can be. So enjoy this episode. I'll leave a link down below. All right, without further ado, thanks again for listening, guys, and enjoy this podcast.
If you're new to Good Vibration Therapy, the purpose of the podcast is to support you on your personal journey towards inner peace, happiness, and living a life of abundance. In today's episode, I want to address the three most challenging emotions and words that some of us or most of us have to deal with, which is fear, anxiety, and worry. However, before we dive into the two strategies that I'm outlining in this episode, I want to take a moment to explain why we often find ourselves plagued by these thoughts, feelings, and emotions. The first reason is often our thought patterns and biases, either negative or positive, are established and shaped by the examples set by our parents, friends, and personal experiences that we had as we're developing as young children into adults. These influences and experiences often determine how we perceive things around us, which in turn affects our thoughts, emotions, and outcomes. The second reason, despite our upbringing and experiences, is the sheer number of thoughts that the average person has in a day, which can be up to 60,000 thoughts. Studies suggest that up to 80% of these thoughts tend to be negative, fearful, and often self-sabotaging. Often these thoughts revolve around worries about financial struggles, job loss, social acceptance, fear of illness, losing a loved one, getting in an accident, infidelity, and feelings of loneliness. These persistent negative thoughts, feelings, and emotions ultimately shape our thoughts, bias, and outcomes. That's why it's critical to identify these worries, thoughts, and emotions and rewire and refire a new thought bias about fearful thoughts, emotions, and feelings. Today's featured sponsor presents a line of clothing and accessories that go beyond fashion It's more of a proclamation to the world that you've chosen to be a part of a movement that embraces positivity over negativity. Click on the link in the show notes below to discover apparel to coffee mugs that make a statement and serve as a daily reminder to prioritize positive thinking on your journey of living a life filled with inner peace, joy, and abundance. Now back to today's episode. The key to overcoming these feelings and fears and negative thought patterns is to reprogram our old limiting beliefs and thought patterns with empowering ones. So the first strategy to rewire and refire a new thought pattern and belief system that will beat back these negative thoughts, worries, and anxieties is to incorporate a breathing strategy that reframes negative thoughts into empowering ones with breath work. How this works is whenever you have a negative thought, fear, or worry about the past, present, or future, I want you to imagine for a moment that the air that you breathe is filled with empowering words such as, everything goes my way, everything is going to be okay, or I'm powerful, I'm unstoppable, I'm confident, or I am amazing. Now I want you to take a deep breath through your nose and choose one of these empowering words. As you inhale, I want you to feel the power of these statements as though they are present moment statements that define you in this moment. Now I want you to hold your breath for a few seconds and then exhale through your mouth, releasing any fear, anxiety, or worry that you've been holding on to. I want you to visualize the negativity leaving your body through your mouth and just let it go. This reframing breathwork therapy serves two purposes. Firstly, it floods your brain with empowering statements that reinforce your beliefs that you are unstoppable and that things often do go your way and that today is going to be okay. By practicing this technique multiple times a day, or when you have a negative thought, fear, worry, or anxiety, your subconscious mind will gradually, over time, rewire and reprogram your new mindset from a state of negativity to empowerment and positivity. Practicing this strategy every time you have a negative thought, worry, or fear will raise your frequency, attracting more of what you want in your life and less of what you don't want. The other benefit this breathing strategy offers is that many people are living in a perpetual state of fear, of worry, and anxiety, which often leads to shallow breathing, and shallow breathing in turn results in oxygen deprivation, which is a leading cause of fatigue, decreased mental clarity, and disease. It also causes increased muscle tension, especially around the neck, shoulders, and chest, resulting in chronic pain and discomfort. In addition, when we're stressed out and breathing shallow, it triggers a stress response and releases hormones that have negative effects on our immune system, digestion, and overall cardiovascular health. By incorporating this cognitive breathing technique in exercise every time you're faced with a negative thought, feeling, or emotion, you will and you can enhance your well-being, alleviate stress, and reprogram and rewire and refire your old limiting beliefs and thoughts with new empowering ones that you are unstoppable and that everything can and will go your way today. The second strategy is a very powerful, what we call statistical thought pattern or belief every time that you have a negative thought, worry, anxiety about the past, present, or future. Utilizing this strategy will alleviate and discount the feelings of fear, anxiety, and worry. So how this strategy works is anytime that you have a fear about worry, anxiety, or stress about something not going your way, I want you to recite the following statistic. 95% of the things we worry about don't even happen. Or if they happen, we have full control to change its outcome in our favor. The remaining 5% of the things that we worry about that actually do happen to us, we cannot change its outcome. The only thing that we can do is learn from it and hopefully prevent it from happening in the future. Utilizing this reciting statistical therapy is a very powerful tool to beat back any fears of negative thoughts or worry about something bad happening to us in the future. This type of reciting therapy is also known as worry outcome discrepancy principle or fear principle, which is false evidence appearing real. I often use this therapy, my own fears and anxiety about the future, and when consulting with my clients, I say, look, don't give it energy until it actually happens. Giving energy and worry about 95% of the things that don't happen to us and 5% of the things that we have no control is a waste of energy, stupid, and causes us unnecessary stress, anxiety, and poor health consequences. So in summary, by incorporating these two powerful principles into your daily routine, anytime that you have a negative thought, worry, or anxiety about the past, present, or future, you will start to shift your mindset that unless there is a bear on your back or you're on fire, you got this, and that everything will go your way today, and that you are unbelievable, unstoppable, confident, and life is an amazing gift that should be celebrated every single day. Thank you. That's my time. If you found this helpful, please show your support by liking, commenting, and sharing with others that you think could use some good vibration therapy. If you're interested in learning more about achieving anything you want and desire through the power of positive affirmation therapy, please check out my latest book in the description below. Thank you once again, and remember, don't be a victim of your thoughts, be a master of them. Have a blessed and unstoppable day today. Podcast disclaimer, I'm neither a doctor, psychologist, or medical professional. If you are experiencing a psychological or medical condition, please seek the help from a healthcare professional.